spoiler alert, The Walking Dead Season 7 finale was awesome. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about everything that could happen in the next series. Possibly, this is just more theories, possibly who's going to die, what I thought of the last episode of Season 7, and where it leads the group now. In a video that Tony the Tiger himself has said is great! Okay, so firstly, if you haven't already, I'm not entirely sure, you probably shouldn't be watching this episode if you haven't caught up with The Walking Dead yet, so there's going to be loads of spoilers, for like, if you haven't seen the finale, but obviously we haven't seen Season 8 yet of making this, at the time of making this video, so it's all just hypotheticals, and what really kind of, just looking more in depth of what happened in the episode. Basically, as we saw, like, Sasha was going through this whole, like, maybe, I'm not sure whether that could have been like maybe like a flashback, or maybe it had some like kind of deeper meaning. Hopefully we're not going down the whole Lost route of this is like an alternative reality where stuff doesn't happen, or like or it ends up being purgatory, which will just really do us in. So as far as I can tell, it's like somewhere in the past, and I think the only real reason for that is firstly just see like a more sensitive side of like Sasha, or maybe what she was thinking, like that she could have stopped like Abraham from going and getting his head like smushed in by Negan, or maybe it's really just a highlight at the end that we saw about the whole Eugene thing. Maybe in the next season, like we're gonna see like maybe Eugene pull it back, because he's oh my god, he is so changed. That was either one hell of an act, or he's definitely, oh yeah, he's way on Negan's side. With regards to Dwight, well, we couldn't really trust him in the first place, and although he did try to like slow them down, we really have to think of like, is he really honest? Is he really like changed or not? Is he just gonna double cross them? I mean, right at the end, I'm not sure if you saw, but on that kind of chess piecey soldier thingy, he's like, we saw the sign saying "didn't know," which kind of makes you think, okay, you led to believe perhaps that was Dwight writing "didn't know," as in he didn't know. Maybe what didn't he know? Didn't he know that like about Sasha, or didn't he know about the whole double cross? And then it kind of leads us to a more interesting dynamic of like, what does Negan tell everybody? Because it's kind of pointing out that he doesn't tell everybody like everything. Well, especially his like right-hand man, because Dwight was pretty close to Negan, but maybe he's starting to not trust him. Maybe he just does stuff differently to the way that we're thinking. I think that at the moment we kind of get this idea that Negan goes, he tells his informers everything, and they go tell other Negans or whatever. But maybe that's not the way that he does. Maybe he has like different people with different things, and he doesn't tell everybody everything. Kind of like the way that Apple works, where nobody really knows anything that's going on apart from the top dog. What is Dwight gonna do now? I mean, like his initial idea was to get the workers on his side and then battle against Negan. However, as we've seen, and I'll talk about a bit more later, they all seem that they're going on Negan's side to go and fight this war. Is he going to still try and persuade them to go against Negan? How is he going to do that when he's so involved, when he's so close to Negan, and like he's always being in the sanctuary? It will be hard to do if Negan's told them one thing, why would they listen to Dwight for another? Again, more dynamics, which we don't know overly too much. We feel that we know a lot about the Sanctuary, but we don't really know about the people in the Sanctuary, apart from they're scared. Next up, the Junkyard people. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, firstly, let's get one thing straight. Like, they didn't. I don't think that it wasn't them who sorted out the dynamite, but obviously somewhere, like, that it was. You know, like, they had cut some kind of a wire, or maybe it's like some kind of like a faulty dynamite, but they had turned, or it was a double cross. But what are they talking about? What kind of deal do they have with Negan? She said that Negan came along to give them a better deal. You don't know whether that was a deal of tell us everything you know and help us out, or I want to smash your face in, or whether it's a deal like we'll give you some guns, or we'll give you more people in terms for helping us out kill Rick. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what the Saviors are getting from that deal, as they seem to have the manpower already. Maybe they're just wanting another outpost. And at one point, if we look back on the clip, they say something about Negan wants to give them 10 and she wants to say 12, and they argue like that a bit. But what was that? That's all stuff that we're going to be finding out. Personally, I think maybe it's like either men, guns, or most likely some kind of dynamite or bombs. Now they've got the guns from Rick. They just need the ammo and bombs from Negan, and they'll be kind of self-sufficient. But again, we'd have to look at what really the saviors are getting from this. Okay, I'll admit it. I said I didn't think that Sasha was going to kill herself, but she did. Unfortunately, she did kill herself, but it was that kind of epic attempt. I kind of thought like it was a really good surprise, a shock surprise. Like her jumping out on Negan, but I thought like she would do something a bit more. It kind of felt like it was a bit in vain, is what I'm trying to say. Like you know, she did all that like it's a big surprise, and like you weren't sure if she's gonna kill herself or not. She'd planned all this. Okay, I'm gonna kill myself and I'll come out of this box. When like Negan opens it, it seemed like that was her plan all along. But she ended up not killing not buying Negan as a walker, and not really doing much. She just died, and that was about it. I mean, it caused some kind of chaos, so the rest of them could like start firing and that, but I'm not entirely sure what she wanted to get out of it. I mean, even if she was alive, if he opened it and she was still alive. Next up now, the dynamic has completely changed, because there's no more that surprise element. Negan knows that the Kingdom and the Hilltop and everybody, and like Maggie is still alive, and they're all working together. He knows that Rick have been going out and collecting more troops. Like I'm talking, obviously, informing the junkyard people. And obviously he's going to say, like, we don't know what Rick would have told them when he gave them the other guns. Whether they thought, okay, well, we got this from, like, another territory, or what. And then Negan knows about it. I still think that Oceanside are going to come in next season, which kind of leads me on to what's going to happen next season. As I predicted, it's going to be all-out war. Season 8, all out, kind of like what we were expecting with the Governor and that, but a lot longer for like an entire season. That's what I'm thinking, and a lot more crazy and mental, because there's a lot more firepower, a lot more of the manpower now, so it's going to be proper good all-out war. I think that the junkyard people, they've got a lot more to say. I mean, I think it's going to turn out that, you know, how in Breaking Bad with Mike, we weren't upset with Mike, we weren't angry at Mike, the fact that he kept changing sides, whether he was going to kill Gus or whether he was going to kill Walter, because he just did whatever the money gave him. Maybe that is what the junkyard people are like. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to have like an episode of just backstory of what Negan said to them. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a twist there. In regards to Eugene, we really have to think of like does Negan know about like the whole Eugene giving pills? We don't know whether one of his girlfriends would have told him about the whole situation. Probably not, but Negan seems like he's a smart enough guy to know really what's going on. I don't think he believed Eugene when he said like that he had nothing to do. And that's why I kind of think there's still a bit more redemption, or Negan's going to do something to like frighten the hell out of Eugene, or what. But you know that like we're going to be looking at like Eugene's kind of morality, because to fight a war they're going to need like bullets and that's why he's really got Eugene. He'll be asking Eugene to make all this kind of stuff, whether he'd want to do it knowing that those bullets are going to be going through his friends and the people which he knows are the good guys. But that's really it, apart from saying like you know, it's good to see Maggie back, and like talking about Glenn again. It's kind of like at the end of the day, it was just saying, you know, we started at the beginning of the season with Lucille about to destroy somebody's head in, and it kind of ended that way. It kind of started the worst possible way of Negan getting exactly what he wanted, and it ended showing that Rick was back in control, they're back in power, and it's a lot more of a satisfying ending than last season. Although last season, the end, like that big huge cliffhanger was intense, it was a different kind of feeling that we got from this one. This one we thought, yeah, they're gonna like it doesn't seem like there's like as much despair as there was last time, but you know that next season is going to be good, and we know that it's going to be a lot more action based, which sometimes The Walking Dead is really slow. They have those really slow, horrible episodes, which are really, you know, they try and say, oh, it's just like building up story, building up character. There's not going to be any of that next season. It's just going to be fighting, it's just going to be action, and that's what we love. That's why we probably like this. That's why I'm pretty sure this episode went down a lot better, because there's a lot more action as opposed to last season, like season finale, where it's just a lot of like driving around, a lot of like tension building up, and then you ended up like nobody died Well, we're not knowing who died. But at the end of the day, that's just really my theories and what I think's going to happen next season. So if you have any other theories or what you think's going to happen, then please comment below or tweet me at PlanetMarkVlog, as we love talking The Walking Dead. If there's any more theories or any other videos on The Walking Dead that you'd like me to do, again, just tell us. Maybe it will, and maybe you'll give you a shout out as well. But like this video, share it around, subscribe to Planet Mark, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye, 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 bye.